you know, in the old days, the songs, Gary mainly wrote a lot of the Take That songs, and to be actually up there performing songs that you've written, you can give it that little bit extra than maybe you do if it's somebody else who's wrote it, because you can actually give it the sentiment you want it to have.
As 1/5 of the iconic UK boy band Take That, Mark Owen was often seen as the group's heartthrob, frequently taking a backseat as a backup singer and dancer with just a handful of standout tracks to his name. However, following Robbie Williams' departure and the eventual split of Take That, Mark embarked on a solo journey that would see him carve out a respectable career of his own. He explored a diverse range of genres, from indie and rock to pop and disco, showcasing his versatility as an artist. With the band's reunion, Mark has not only contributed to some of Take That's most acclaimed recent albums, but has also continued to evolve his solo work. Often underrated as a lyricist, vocalist and live performer, it's high time we acknowledge Mark Owen's remarkable talent. This is the story of his solo career. Between 1991 and 1996, Take That enjoyed immense success in the UK and Europe, boasting 8 UK #1 singles and 3 #1 albums. However, following Robbie Williams' departure in 1995 and the release of a greatest hits album in 1996, the group chose to disband. At this point, Gary Barlow appeared to be the most likely to break out with a successful solo career, with the other members destined to fade into obscurity. Despite having limited vocal contributions during his time with Take That, Mark was arguably the most popular member of the group. Driven by the curiosity surrounding his future career, he decided to embark on his own journey as a solo singer.
Yeah, that Take That split up, and no one expected Mark Owen to be the first one to release a solo album. Well, here it is. It's called Green Man, and I spoke to Mark when he was recording this album at the legendary Abbey Road Studios.
I think they're still pop songs. When I first kind of sat down with John and Craig, I just said that, I mean, I used to get my dad into the new guitar on my demos, that I just wanted a guitar-y sound, and a sound that I could take quite easily from the album to perform it live. And I think that's what we've done. I don't know what style it is or what makes it different. They're just pop songs with catchy choruses. Probably lyrically it's just more kind of about what I'm feeling. Whereas Take That kind of reflected a lot of love in their songs. I mean, there's still a couple of love songs, but it's not all love songs. I suppose that's the biggest difference.
Are you proud of the album?
Very proud. Yeah. Very happy. Since I've finished it, I've sat on my own 3 times now. I've sat and listened to it on my own, and I actually think we've made a great album. That's all I wanted to do. That was my whole aim, was to be able to drive away from Abbey Road, put my tape in and listen on the way home and be proud of what I've achieved. And I really am proud of the album. I think it's got everything, all the right qualities. It's got everything I wanted in there, and you can hear me in the album. It's not, you know, the songs really, most of them, they're still the demos, just with better guitarists and better drummers instead of me trying to program them all out of time. I think I'm going home with an album that reflects me, where I am at the moment. And I think if you've got that, then you can't ask for no more. When I first arrived on the first day, we was in Studio 2 where the Beatles recorded most of their records.
We were kind of told up front that he wanted to develop something that was quite a bit different than Take That.
Yeah.
Not that there was anything wrong with what he was doing in Take That, he just wanted something more like what we do.
He sat down with me and said, well, what do you want? And I turned around to them and I said, I want a sound that sounds like I've been in a band for forever.
At 5'7" of heaven, Mark Owen was a vital ingredient to the Take That success story. But when pop's favourite band faded away this year, its most popular member faced the biggest challenge of his 24 years, that of a normal life. What would happen to the shy cute one? Sex, drugs, or just a solo career?
Ask me about my solo career. I ain't got one yet, I haven't thought about it yet, thanks.
So how does it feel going solo and starting off all by yourself?
I haven't had that much time to think about it, really.
Sleep peacefully now, my child.
I haven't really sunk in because as soon as we finished with Take That, I just pretty much started writing straight away, changed managers, started again in a lot of ways.
Saying goodbye to the pressures of pop, Mark enjoyed his first summer of freedom this year. Publicly out with his girlfriend at festivals, Mark seemed to express a new maturity, a theme he explored in his first solo release, Child.
Strangely enough, it was one of the first songs that I wrote. I started writing about January, and I've written 30 songs before we started recording, and we narrowed them down to 15. From the moment I wrote it, I said, this has got to be the first single. It's kind of like a lullaby, I suppose. It means a lot to different people, different things, and it's just a lovely song. The nice thing is that when Take That finished, nobody expected me to write a song like, say, they thought I'd be a TV presenter or, I don't know. But I had my piano at home, and I written my songs on my piano at home, and I was writing for myself, and I wasn't really married about anything else. I'm changing a lot at the moment, and I'm still kind of not sure exactly what I want to do or what I'm here for. I've answered some of my own questions in my songs, and I've asked a few questions as well about myself and about other things, and we'll just see from there where it goes. I mean, I might not even like doing this on my own, and if I don't like it, then I won't do it again.
Mark's dedication to his solo project also created the opportunity to work with esteemed commercials director Daniel Barber, who, with the help of a 40-foot waterfall, decided to make Mark's video his first.
I've been asked many times to do pop promos, but I've always turned them down because maybe I didn't like the song, or maybe the artist wasn't my favourite sort of person, but I just fell in love with it, and also really like him. I think he's a really nice guy.
Mark must get soaking in that pit. How many pairs of trousers has he got, and how does he dry them?
He's got loads of pairs of trousers. He's got about 20 or 30 pairs of trousers, and we've got 2 dry machines going all the time. So we have thought of everything. Trying to anyway.
After an incredible 4 years, next week will be the new chapter for Mark Owen. But remember, a solo career isn't just for Christmas, it's got to be for life.
For me now, it's just about doing what I want to do, and I think the more pressure will be the record company, because they obviously want to go in at 1 and stuff like that. And if I do, then great. But I'm doing this to enjoy it, and if I go in at 101, so what? I'm not bothered. I wish I could say I was. I'll do everything I need to do to. I mean, if they want me to go on telly, I'll go on telly and all that stuff. But it ain't a worry of mine anymore. We've done that. We had 8.
Released on the 18th of November 1996, Child became Mark's debut solo single. It was the first song he composed for his album, and he always envisioned it as the lead single. The track achieved remarkable success, reaching number 3 on the UK singles chart and earning a silver certification for over 200,000 copies sold. Additionally, Child topped the charts in Lithuania, Spain and Taiwan, while securing a spot in the top 10 in Austria, Belgium, the Czech Republic, Denmark, Ireland and Switzerland.
Why
What's impressed you most about Mark?
Probably what made me want to do the record was really meeting Mark and finding him to be, you know, someone who was very comfortable we could get along with.
Well, for me, I mean, he's inspired us, and me in particular, to let loose with arrangements and do things that a lot of bands would feel are too different.
Yeah, he's kind of encouraged us to
really experiment with his songs and his sound.
On the 2nd of December 1996, Mark released his debut solo album, Green Man. It unfortunately debuted at number 33 on the UK Albums Chart. However, it found greater success in Spain, peaking at number 3, and reached number 15 in Italy. Notably, Green Man has achieved gold certification in both the UK and Spain, with sales exceeding 100,000 copies in each country.
There's many different types of songs, to be honest, on the album. I've written 31 songs, and I don't have a set way of writing, so there's many different kind of tempos and attitudes on there. I don't really, you know, I worry sometimes because there isn't really Take That songs, because Gary wrote a lot of the Take That songs, and I can't really write, you know, the same as Gary did. But I mean, I suppose the Mark Owen songs.
So this is Clementine?
This is Clementine. That's what I'm talking about. It's got a great kind of uplifting chorus and a nice feel, you know. Probably going to be single too.
Yeah.
More than likely. It's a baby starting to cry. That was me when I was a youngster. I was a baby down the corridor. You know, the actual song, the name Clementine came from, I'd written the song. This is one of the songs that I'd written without, just on a dictaphone, just forward, you know, just the kind of the melody and stuff, written it in my head, and I was looking for a name for the person. I think the first name I had was something like Josephine or something, you know. Yeah. And I thought, I can't, Josephine, it's just not going. Anyway, I can't think of a name here, and I've gone through every name in the books, you know, and I found a name for this song. And I was sat in a restaurant, and I was, strangely enough, sitting there thinking, what name could I use there? And I got the menu, and it said on top, Clementines.
There you go!
The follow-up single, Clementine, was released 3 months later on the 3rd of February 1997 and once again reached number 3 on the UK singles chart. The song also resonated with audiences in Japan and Spain, where it climbed to number 2 on their respective charts. Additionally, Clementine garnered popularity in Ireland and Taiwan, where it peaked at number 10.
Down the corridor, the baby started to cry. Her whole life just fell apart. There was nothing. Then the hurting started in her heavy head. On her knees, she prayed. Could somebody help her, Clementine? It was never meant to be this way. It was never meant to be this way. It was never meant to be this way. If only I told you yesterday.
But Take That lives on. Robbie's continued to dominate the headlines musically and otherwise. Gary Barlow has delayed the release of his album to continue work in America, but it's been Mark's distinct change of direction that's caused the most interest, working with prolific Radiohead and Cooler Shaker producer John Leckie, a vital relationship according to Mark.
We didn't have a clue. I mean, when we went down to sit with our A&R man at RCA, and we said, well, we want John Leckie. And he said, well, you know, John Leckie might be difficult. I don't know, I'll see what I can do, but it might not. Who would you like if we can't get him? Nobody. If you can't get him, there's no album.
So did you have any preconceptions of what Mark's music was going to be like?
Not really, because, you know, I can't say I really listened to Take That before I even met Mark, you know. So I didn't really know what his music was about until I heard his early songs and met him in the first place.
There's a very fine line between what's alternative and what's pop. I mean, songs are basically songs that are good. I think that there's going to be a misconception that this record doesn't have pop songs on it, but it does. They're just presented in a liver vein than what a lot of people are currently doing with pop songs. So doesn't mean the songs still aren't basically great pop songs.
I Am What I Am would become the third and final single from the album, released on the 1st of August 1997. The single faced a lackluster performance, peaking at number 29 on the UK singles chart. Conversely, it enjoyed a more successful entry in Taiwan, where it debuted at number 10. Initially, I Am What I Am was meant to be the fourth single from the album. However, due to ongoing disputes between Mark and the label, it ultimately became his final release under RCA Records before his departure.
That was not you, was it? I mean, you were on it, obviously, yeah. but I mean, that wasn't your bag. To go and do that wasn't the deal in the beginning. You were just a part of a band.
Exactly. I mean, I pretty much was for the full 6 or 7 years. I take that. I was just a part of a band. I never really thought I could do much on my own. And then,
were you scared?
Well, no. I mean, I always said that I'd be in Take That for as long as it lasted, and then when it ends, I'd just go quiet and do nothing. But when it did end, I just found myself, I mean, I love music and I love being a part of it, and I like performing live and stuff like that, so I thought I'd have a go at making my own album.
And you did?
Yeah, I went into the record company and played them my first bunch of tapes. First bunch of songs, there's about 10 songs on there, and I played them the songs, and I said, you know, listen to this, you know, like Paul Weller. You know, I could be like Paul Weller. And they're going, oh no, we see him always like, I don't know, Jason Donovan. Oh no, Paul Weller. No, Jason Donovan. But in the end, I think I'd just said it so many times that they went, oh, stuff him, let him make the album he wants.
And it's done all right. I mean, it's gone platinum in Taiwan and all those kind of places.
No, it's done really well. It's gone gold in England, and it's and we're just, like I said, we're just going out on tour. It's done amazingly well. I think it's done about 800,000 albums, and for a first album, I mean, I've got to be delighted. I mean, I really am. I've never written a song before.
3, 2, 1. Mark, please leave the Big Brother house.
In 2002, Mark joined the second series of Celebrity Big Brother in the UK, where he ultimately emerged as the winner. After being invited to perform on stage with Robbie Williams at Nebworth, he returned to the spotlight and signed a new recording deal with Island Universal Records.
And in a corner of my mind, I celebrated glory, but that was not to be. And in the twist of separation, you excelled at being free. Can't you find a little room inside?
Mark Owen, ladies and gentlemen!
Tell me, you're back after is it 6 years?
Yeah, about 6 years now.
Why have you chosen now?
Well, just so I could come on and see the UK, really, because I've been sat at home for so
Doesn't
long
he say
watching
all
the
the
show.
right things?
I thought I had to come down and get on. No, I think just timing, it felt like the right time, and you know, I've had a bit of time away and managed to do some writing and got the right kind of songs now.
And you want to feel as though you're releasing the right kind of material and you feel confident about it. And
yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I'd like to do stuff like Justin Timberlake, really, but I'm not very good at beats and I can't do beatbox, so I couldn't really go down that way. So.
Okay, well, let's take a look. This is the brand new single from Mark Owen.
Between 2002 and 2003, Mark collaborated with esteemed writers and producers, including Elliot Kennedy, Gary Clark, and Peter John Vitesi, to create his next solo album. This project showcased a more mature pop rock sound, marking a distinct departure from the Britpop style of his debut album. On the 4th of August 2003, the lead single, 4 Minute Warning, was released, marking his debut on Island Records following his departure from RCA in September 1997. The track draws inspiration from the 4 Minute Warning, a public alert system devised by the British government during the Cold War between 1953 and 1992, which indicated the estimated time it would take for an intercontinental ballistic missile, or ICBM, to reach its target after detection. 4 Minute Warning achieved notable commercial success, peaking at number 4 on the UK singles chart, making it his third top 10 hit in the UK and selling over 80,000 copies. Additionally, the song reached number 37 in Ireland.
Heart of glass, blonde sings in her ear. You're a rock queen, honey, and we all hear you. Come on. 3 minutes left to go. Is this the end then? Message on your stereo. 4 minute warning. Everybody wants to know what should we do then? A few short stories, a 4 minute warning. Recently chose the right time for Lucy. Oh, when you know it's the final time, she now holds time in her own mind. Yeah, Jim's is a local for Michael, a Guinness in one and in the other a fable. Abel, I once asked her, you were lonely man. His reply was non-committal. I am what I am. Then 2 minutes left. Is this the end then? Message on your stereo. 4 minute warning. Everybody wants to know what should we do then? A few short stories, a 4 minute warning. Cry, laugh, feel love, peace, panic. These are your 4 minutes. I'm counting it down. 4 minutes of sound. So it's a rush when you're.
Now, on the album, now you've worked with lots of people like Black Grape and people like that, but is it true that Gary Barlow's co-written some of the songs?
Yeah, I've wrote a couple of tracks with Gary as well. I went up to his house, and I spent a week up there. It was lovely. He was looked after. I was given a nice room, and it was like staying at a hotel up at Gary's. And every morning I came down there, had a cup of tea and some toast and stuff. And we wrote some good songs. I think we've wrote 5 tracks now.
New single?
Yes.
It's an interesting video, lots of versions of you.
Lots of me, yeah.
What am I to say? What am I to do? What am I alone without you?
Mean anything? Often these things have a meaning.
Not really. I just think that the song kind of runs through the kind of different emotions of what it's like, maybe when you have a breakup or you're without somebody, and sometimes you kind of feel quite good about that. And you know, it's nice, you have that moment of freedom, and then at another moment, you know, you get a little bit angry or a little bit scared. And I just wanted a video where it kind of reflects that.
So is there still pain? Do you still feel it when you sing it?
Yeah. I've had a few breakups.
You're all right.
I've had a few get-togethers though as well,
yeah.
So, you know.
Alone Without You would follow on the 27th of October. The single would be much less successful when it peaked at number 26 on the UK singles chart.
I missed you today. I read those early letters that were filled with early dreams. Some of them materialized, others never seen. We used to watch the world walking by. The truth is you're not here, here I am. I'm screwed up again, and I don't know why it is. It's just the way it is. What am I to say? What am I to do? What am I alone without you? What am I to say? What am I to do? What am I alone without you? I made your favorite dinner and I wore the shirt you love. Hey, 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 just in case you came. Friends still ask about you and I say that you're just fine. And have you seen the world walking by? The truth is you're not here, here I am. I'm screwed up again. No matter what, which way I turn, how my feelings slowly bleeding here for you. I'm spending time with hope, and I don't know why it is. It's just the way it is.
Released on the 3rd of November 2003, Mark's sophomore album, In Your Own Time, struggled to replicate the success of his debut. The album would peak at number 59 on the UK Albums Chart, where it remained for just 1 week. Despite receiving mixed to positive reviews, it would go on to sell a modest 17,805 copies in the UK. Following poor sales of both the album and singles, Mark was dropped from Island Records in 2004.
It was a great way of making a record. I just like good songs. You get a real sense of achievement. The road to this tour with this album began now nearly 2 years ago. I was sat at home and I hadn't written a song for quite a while. I'd taken a little bit of a break from music, and then one day just found myself sat in front of the piano at home and start playing these little chords. Simple little 4-chord kind of structure, and singing this melody of it. Love yourself if you want, cry a bit, laugh a lot, throw a stone. And I got to the end of that song. The song became They Do.
Love yourself if you want, cry a bit, laugh a lot, throw a stone, take a plane, start again, give yourself a chance.
It was kind of about the stage I was at in my life. I didn't have a record deal, and I'd even toyed with the idea of doing something else other than music. But that's kind of what that song is about. There's a great line in there: "Give yourself a chance, not a nosebleed." And it just opened the way for me. That first, I always say, probably the most important song on the album was the first one, because I don't even know whether the album would have happened or would have been made if it wasn't for that song kind of taking me to a place. And I decided that I'd like to write an album of just 10 songs, and the order they appeared in on the record was the order that I wrote, that I was going to write them in. I was 32 and realising I was just getting a bit older, and I wanted the album to reflect that and just be very honest and very open. I didn't know how it was going to come out and how it would take shape, but it was kind of like, I suppose, writing a little book, and as every song fell into place, the next song, the next song, the next song, and I wanted to know how the story was going to end. It was a great way of making a record.
In April 2004, Mark founded his own record label, Sedna Records. He began crafting material for his third studio album and enlisted the expertise of renowned American music producer Tony Hoffa, known for his work on previous albums by artists such as Beck and Supergrass. Making Out was the debut single from the forthcoming album, released on the 7th of June 2004. The track reached a peak of number 30 on the UK singles chart. In an interview with BBC Radio 1, Mark attributed its performance to inadequate promotion.
Be the one who takes your coat off, one to take the blame. I'll be the one you call your lover. Every now and then you'll be the one who keeps me sober, one to keep me sane. And you say shut up, every time I say it. And I cut my fingers to the bone, and I split my sides in 40. Tonight we throw ourselves away, we make it every time. When I thought I was okay, you said I was alright. As the night comes crashing down, we catch ourselves alive. Yeah, we're only making out, but we make it out alright. I'll be the one who stands beside you in the photograph. I'll be the one that's in your water. When you want me there, I'll be the one you're falling over. Every time you laugh and you say shut up. Every time I say I'll be the one who keeps you guessing. Swears a lot, I'll be the one that left your colors in the whitewash. You'll be the one who knocks the man up I was beating up, and you say shut up. Every time I say it.
Strangely enough, it was 10 months later that Mark's next album was released quietly, devoid of a lead single to promote it. How the Mighty Fall hit the shelves on the 18th of April 2005, selling only 3,280 copies in the UK and failing to reach the top 100. This marked it as the lowest selling album of his solo career.
Okay, you said I was alright. As the night comes crashing down, we catch ourselves alive. Yeah, we're only making out, but we make it out alright.
I think Believe in the Boogie as a song almost explains the making of the album. You know, because I was making this record myself, I decided to not go and try and get another deal, and I wanted to put it out on my own label and make the record that I felt was going to be a good presentation of me, really. And so Boogie is kind of the song, you know, the opening, like, oh, it's been a man who's wasting all his money. It's kind of a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek, a little bit of irony, I guess, in the song. It's the point probably in the making of the album where I actually thought, this is going really well, you know, I'm really enjoying doing this, and it's, you know, it feels like it's the right kind of vibe, and I think it's very optimistic as a song. You know, I always say it was a bit like, you know, it started off in a late night kind of area, and then as the album went on, it felt like the sun was rising, and you know, we're going into a new day and a new start. No fear in making this record, and there was no, I was able to kind of just go into it and see where it took me, but it was great to not have that fear factor of having to go and play songs to somebody in the record label and see if it was, I could take it wherever I wanted, and I really enjoyed that creative freedom.
The next single, Believe in the Boogie, was released on the 22nd of August 2005. It peaked at number 57 on the UK singles chart, marking it as the lowest chart performance of Mark's career up to that time.
Lost his mind, still a friend of mine. Oh, 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 could have had it all. From the Albert Hall to the Unit Ball, how the mighty fall. But I see them and us in you and me. What was once before again, maybe. 'Cause I believe in the boogie, baby. Times are changing, everything will come around. We're just moving in circles, baby. All or nothing, everything will come around. Oh, 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 it's a loaded gun, but isn't everybody? Oh, 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 please to meet the sun, pulls himself undone, like the way of dawn. But I see them and us in you and me. And what was lost before the game could be. Hands, 'cause I believe in the boogie, baby. Times are changing, everything will come around. We're just moving in circles, baby. All or nothing, everything will come around. 'Cause I believe in the boogie, baby. Times are changing, everything will come around. We're just moving in circles, baby. All or nothing, everything will come around. I believe in the boogie, baby. Times are changing, everything will come around. We're just moving in circles, baby. All or nothing.
On the 2nd of December 2005, Hail Mary was released as the third and final single from the album. Unfortunately, it received minimal promotion due to the high-profile reunion of Take That.
In the house there's a bed, in the bed there's a man on his back. She says she likes it like that. In a room there's a print of a Klimt in a frame staring down off the wall, wall. Is there a God for us all? Fair to the man on the bed, he said, darling, when you come for me, Hail Mary, darling, when you set me free, Hail Mary, darling, when you look my way, you always seem to be the better part of me. Hail Mary. There's a heart in a cage, and the heart, like a clock, till it stops, sends the blood to its veins. back on the surface again. In a room with a view of the love that is killing his pain, pain, pain. Into the walls of his sin. He's breaking out as she's breaking in. Darling, when you come for me, Hail Mary, darling, when you set me free. Hail Mary, darling, when you look my way. You always seem to be the better part of me. You always seem to be the better part of me. You always seem to be the better part of me. Hail Mary.
Mark would participate in the 2005 TV documentary Take That for the Record. This resurgence sparked a remarkable revival for Take That, leading to a string of hit singles, successful albums and exhilarating tours, all enhanced by Robbie Williams' return to the group for their Progress album in 2010.
To leave, you say nothing, deny everything, I make counter accusations. My friends, my dear, my love, my God. There'll be trouble when the kids come out. There will be lots for them to talk about.
With newfound confidence in his songwriting and performance abilities, Mark played a pivotal role in shaping the band's new material, penning many of their most memorable tracks. Following the tremendous success of Progress, Take That decided to take a break, and in March 2012, reports emerged that Mark was planning to relaunch his solo career, having been busy crafting new material.
I've made this album because I like writing songs and I like doing music. I have a studio in the bottom of my garden, which is called the Rabbit Hutch. And in there I have a couple of keyboards and a piano, and I can go in and make noise. It's a creative space, a space to make a bit of mess. I remember when this all started a year and a half ago, visually I saw it more like a corridor with lots of doors open. And you could kind of go in and they all connected. I think that was again part of the ethos around the art of doing nothing, was to just keep it all open plan and allow people to come and go and put a stamp on here or add, you know, paint this little bit here, and it didn't matter really. I just wanted it to feel a much more open space, so anybody can come in, still now even. The beauty of the art of doing nothing for me, and what makes it so fun, is that there's no there's no end to it, really, or to where it can go. Well, the art of doing nothing, for me, I find difficult to explain because I think it can be different every day, and it's like atoms that just keep moving, really, so you can't place it somewhere. So I asked my 6-year-old son, who's a lot cleverer than I'll ever be, what is the art of doing nothing? And he says it is not doing art. But I thought, wow, that's heavy. The art of doing nothing is wow. It's my 4th record. I think probably my best record I've done so far, full record. So I'm very proud of it. We're going to do some live shows, some good songs, good energy. I don't know what people can expect from it, really. I don't know what they would expect. Hopefully they'll enjoy it. I think some people have been a little bit surprised. It's quite an upbeat. That sounds so old. That's what my mum says. It's quite upbeat, isn't it? It's quite upbeat. No, I think the energy of it is quite good. I tell you what, I did do with the record as well. I managed to work with some great artists. Some great young guy called Jake Emlyn, a rapper from London, and a beautiful singer from Manchester called Ren Harvo. Amazing singer. The producers have recently done stuff like Alt J and stuff, so I think I just managed to, I was very fortunate at the right time in my life. A great team of people came and helped me to make hopefully what is a good record.
By October 2012, Mark gave a sneak peek of his album recording during the 9th series of The X Factor. He invited his bandmate Gary Barlow and his group of contestants to the studio, where they witnessed him putting the finishing touches on his work.
Sat at the piano with Mark Owen, just having a jam, you know, as you do.
So that's just a piano from Stars. And I think it's still the same piano that stayed in the track. Even now, on the better version, it's still this piano here, which is quite nice. This, ladies and gentlemen, was the first thing I bought for my new studio, and it's like a snow globe, I guess. And I don't know if you noticed what's in there. Nothing. The art of doing nothing.
Gonna build a rocket anytime you want it. Paint it pretty colors. Gonna light it up and take us to the moon. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna save up all the paper.
I love Berlin. I do actually really, whenever it's in the diary, whenever we tour there, I get really excited that we're doing Go to Berlin. And the video, I just think I thought, you know what, I want to be an astronaut in Berlin, not in London. Don't ask me why, it just felt right. I love the energy of that place. Most of the vocals for the record were actually recorded in, my vocals anyway, were recorded in this room. And a lot of the guitars were done in here as well. So the essential, like the bare bones of the song, the guitars, the pianos and vocals were all pretty much done in the studio, which is kind of nice, really. I think it was important to try and keep those elements, because I think that the atmosphere that they were done in was correct.
Talk about forever. Take yourself a picture.
Actually, Mr. Barlow bought me this coffee holder. Yeah, present. That was my moving in present off Mr. Barlow. As a person and trying to develop in some ways, you kind of go,
Now, I know I could probably call somebody here now who might be able to help me out here, but I have to I have to ride this myself. And so that's been part of the life journey, I guess, over the last year and a half. And part of the art of doing nothing is trying to actually go, oh, that really hurts, but I've got to live with this hurt a little bit.
When you got nothing on your mind, you've made it. Gonna build a rocket anytime you want it. Paint it pretty colors. Gonna light it up and take us to the moon. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna save up all the paper. Gonna need later. Maybe take a minute to get in my head directions all the way. You want to get away. I'm taking you through the eyes of the black hole and the open door, through the cracks in the pavement, in conversation, from the top of the empire to a state unknown. If I say that I'm leaving, just got to hang on, 'cause we're just stars trying to get back to where we're from. And one by one we're gonna leave this planet. So don't look back, 'cause you know that it's all just time. When you got nothing on your mind, you made it. Somewhere in the future, talk about forever. Take yourself a picture, waiting in the rain for a postcard from the sun. The one that never comes, the one that never shows, the one that never is building something from the heart of the wreckage in another zone. Are we losing our balance? I think we've got vertigo. From the top of the empire to a state unknown. If I tell you I'm leaving, just got to hang on, 'cause we're just stars trying to get back to where we're from. One by one we're gonna leave this planet. So don't look back, 'cause you know that it's all just time. When you've got nothing on your mind.
Stars was released as the lead single from the upcoming album on the 3rd of May 2013.
Painted pretty colors, gonna light it up and take us to the moon. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna save up all the paper. Gonna need later. Maybe take a minute to get in my head directions all the way. You want to get away. I'm taking you through the eyes of the black hole and the open door, through the cracks in the pavement, in conversation, from the top of the empire to a state unknown. If I say that I'm leaving, just got to hang on, 'cause we're just
7th of June 2013, the album, The Art of Doing Nothing, was officially released. Mark revealed that the title originated from his frequent response of nothing when someone inquired about what he'd been up to. The album was a moderate success, reaching number 29 on the UK Albums Chart, selling a total of 6,360 copies. The album received positive reviews. However, due to its low charting and recording sessions for the next Take That album, no further singles would chart. A video for the track Carnival would be released in September that same year, but did not chart.
The rhythm has to start again. Can now watch you climb over the weights of history. You keep your medals in the drawer. I wonder who they're for. Can we go dancing on the water? A carnival inside my head. And when we talk in so many words, we've got to live this life a bit harder. And when we think in so many worlds, we've got to bring each other together. 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 We've got to bring each other together.
Hello, I am Mark Owen, and I am here in Los Angeles, California, making a new record. I've got the amazing producer, Jen DeSilvio, making the record with me. But very, very excited about what we're going to make here. Yeah, welcome. We're just starting. Come and have a look and see what's happening. The album's going to be called Land of Dreams, and I try to come up here sometime for inspiration and to find lyrics and test them out. I'm not too good at geography, but I think Australia and Asia is that way. I think Europe might be that way. South America, I know, is definitely that way. And up there is North America, New York and Canada. So it feels like a good place for me to find inspiration, write the lyrics, and imagine myself performing. And look at this, Land of Dreams.
You Only Want Me, when that song came along, I always say it's a bit like my jazz hand song, because I can't perform that song without kind of performing it.
Yeah.
And it was sort of, it gave me the confidence to sort of come forward and sort of do that, really. To remember I'm not sharing this stage with other people.
After an extensive period of touring and new releases with Take That, Mark was primed to return to his solo career in 2021. The album was preceded by 3 singles. You Only Want Me dropped on the 19th of May 2022.
Your signals up all over the place. Got my X-ray vision glasses on to fill in the space. I see right through you. I see right through you. You got your finger on the trigger and you're chewing your gum, and I don't wanna blow your cover 'cause you're having some fun. I put my money on the table, yeah, I'm jumping the gun. It's just so obvious. You only want me for my good looks, bad taste, high class, cheap dates, supersonic hip shaking. You only want me for my, you only want me when you wanna ride home. It's so obvious. You only want me. It's not my deep in conversation or the something we had, or my political opinion why you want me so bad. It's just the fact you can't deny it now that's driving you mad. It's just so obvious. You only want me. You only want me for my good looks, bad taste, high class, cheap dates, supersonic hip shaking. You only want me for my, you only want me when you wanna ride home. It's so obvious. You only want me for my ride, ride, ride. You only want me for my ride, ride, ride. You only want me for my ride, ride, ride. You only want me, it's so obvious. You only want me for my. Are you looking for Billy?
Are You Looking for Billy was made available on the 10th of June 2022.
It's your first solo record, I think, in 9 years. 10 years.
Yeah, 10
And
years.
Magic, it's got a bit of a disco vibe, hasn't it? You're releasing your inner Bee Gee, aren't you?
It's got good energy, which I'm really pleased with. I think the whole record's got that sort of that energy that flows through it. It's a positive record. Magic is the second song off the record that we've gone with, and yeah, do you know, I wrote the song in Nashville, and you never know where these sort of things go, but I turned up in Nashville and it was sort of a grey day. It was raining, and the people I was meant to work with got COVID. So they cancelled my thing, so I'm in a hotel room in Nashville thinking, this isn't the dream. I'm not living the dream here because I'm in a hotel room. Anyway, I went for a walk and I found this pink hotel that was dedicated to Dolly Parton.
Oh.
And I checked into there, and I dreamt the song, Magic.
You didn't?
In the hotel that night.
Did you wake up and write, or did you like the words and everything?
The whole thing, yeah.
Really?
I always say it was like the spirit of Dolly came through in the song. So it was a gift. That was great fun. The confetti that I threw up in the air on that video, I was cleaning out of the car for I hired that car.
Yeah, what is that car? It's like a toy car.
Do you know what? I don't actually know. It's kind of like, a toy car. Kind of, probably a good description for it. But I hired this car. I thought it was really good. And I asked my son, do you want to
you know, come out with me. And he's like, Dad, I'm not coming out in that car. He said that's what all the tourists get when they turn up in Los Angeles. But I thought, that's kind of good for me. That's kind of what I am. But it was great fun, but the confetti cleaning out took me like 2 hours. I was there with the Hoover.
And the second official single, Magic, was released on the 10th of August 2022. Magic would debut at number 76 on the UK official singles sales chart.
Falling out from the sky, it's science fictional, the impossible. I can't explain it, no. I get emotional, getting closer to the glow. Look, it's raining all around us like confetti. Are you ready? Can't deny it.
Titled Land of Dreams, Mark's 5th solo studio album saw its release on the 23rd of September 2022, marking a 9-year gap since his previous album. The record made a strong debut, entering the UK official albums chart at number 5 and claiming the number 2 spot on the independent albums chart, solidifying it as his highest charting album to date. I genuinely feel that Mark Owen's solo career is significantly underrated and deserves far greater recognition. It's inspiring to witness his evolution as an artist, contributing classic hit singles to Take That while showcasing his remarkable solo abilities. With his latest album finally entering the UK top 10, it's a well-deserved acknowledgement after years of dedication to his music career. As Mark continues on with Take That and extensive touring, here's hoping we see more solo albums from Mark in the future. Thanks for watching.